Hey guys, thanks for joining us here at Salty Ginger Talk. Returning listeners, great to have you back. New listeners, really glad you joined us. Hope you like what you hear today. So today, we're going to give you 5 ways that you can build unshakable confidence. So confidence is something a lot of people struggle with, and it's really because they're unfamiliar with whatever it is they're attempting to do. So we're going to talk about how to build that confidence, as we always do. We're going to give you empirical evidence to support the tips that we give you. We're going to tell you what suspect behavior looks like, or the behavior that you want to change looks like in real life. We're going to tell you what a new behavior in that similar situation would look like. And we're going to give you an action item that you can take from today's podcast and implement into your life starting today, because there's never a better time to start than right now. It's like the old saying, right? The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is right now. Same with losing weight, same with saving money, same with having kids. There's not going to be a perfect time. You just got to go. And so that's what we're talking about with confidence. So you earn confidence. That's the way you've got to think about it. Confidence isn't bestowed upon you. It's not given to you by the outside world. You develop confidence in yourself by getting better at things and proving that you can follow through on your commitments. So that's the real big overarching takeaway for everything that we're going to talk about. But let's talk about those things in a little bit more detail. Tip number 1, build confidence through repetition. By practice, by doing something over and over and over again, so that you are confident that you know it, you understand it, and you're good at it. Studies from psychological science in 2018 show that skill mastery is the single strongest predictor of self-confidence. Competence creates confidence. So practice, work hard at something, get good at something, and you will have confidence that you're good at it because you've proven it to yourself over and over and over again. What does it look like when someone doesn't have confidence? How about someone who doesn't speak up in meetings because they fear sounding unprepared? And maybe that's because they're unprepared. Maybe they're not paying attention. Maybe they don't know the subject matter well enough. Maybe they didn't read the materials ahead of the meeting. They're going to sit there silently, hoping not to get called out. Cool. If you don't want to advance, if you don't want to better yourself, if you don't want to grow your professional career, that's a fine approach. But I hope you like whatever you're doing, because you're going to be doing it for a long time. If that's all you ever do, you're not going to go anywhere. Businesses reward people that try harder. Businesses reward people that push ideas and projects forward, that get results. So a healthy confidence example would be someone who contributes clearly to the meeting and engages in the back and forth and engages in the ideas, because they're prepared and they've practiced their ideas. They're ready to speak about them in front of the group. It's literally that simple. Be prepared, do the work, and you will develop confidence in whatever it is that you're working on. It doesn't matter what it is. And that's actually our takeaway for this one step, is pick one skill you want to improve. I don't care what it is. Maybe it's public speaking. Maybe it's speaking up at meetings. Maybe it's going to bed at the right time. Maybe it's driving better. It doesn't matter what it is. Whatever it is, you're going to practice it for 20 minutes every day for the next week. Figure out a way to track your progress. You're not looking for perfection. You're looking for repetitions. It's okay to screw up. It's okay to fuck around. It's okay to not get it right the first time. What's not okay is to not try. What's not okay is to let your fear stop you from pursuing something that you want. And you can build confidence simply through repetition. Do something over and over and over again. You'll be more confident in your abilities to do it. It's that basic. Okay? Okay, number 2, which ties directly into number 1. When you make a commitment to yourself, you got to keep it. When you make a promise to yourself, you got to keep it. Research in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology, published in 2016, found that self-integrity, doing what you said to yourself you were going to do, following through on it, keeping your commitments to yourself, doing what you say you'll do, directly boosts self-esteem and perceived competence. So you know if you committed to something, and you know if you fuck around and don't do it. That's going to erode your confidence in yourself. So, an example, I'm going to start a workout routine next week, and then you skip the first week. That's going to erode trust in yourself. It's going to erode your self-confidence, and that's going to permeate other areas of your life, and that's not what you want. A healthy example of confidence in this situation would be committing to 3 workouts a week and following through, proving to yourself, that you're reliable. It doesn't have to be intense workouts. If you haven't worked out in a long time, don't do something crazy and get injured, but do it. If you haven't run for some period of time, don't go out and run 5 miles. Go out and run half a mile, but don't miss. Say, I'm going to run a half a mile 3 days a week and then run the fucking half a mile. If you want to write better and you're going to practice your writing and you say, I'm going to write for a half hour 3 days this week, schedule it, block that time out, and do not skip it. Follow through on the promise you made to yourself. You're going to do that this week. Set one small, non-negotiable promise for this week. And then keep it no matter what. I don't care what happens. It becomes paramount. It becomes the most important thing. It becomes non-negotiable, right? I've bought and sold a lot of real estate. I've flipped a lot of houses. I've moved a lot of places. And it drives me nuts when people say, I'm a newbie real estate investor. Okay, are you a real estate investor or are you not? You either are a real estate investor or you're not. I don't give a shit if you've got 1 week of experience, 1 day of experience, or 1 millennium of experience. It doesn't matter. Like, are you better at it if you've done a lot more of it? Sure. But you're either doing it or you're not doing it. You can't be kind of pregnant. Don't parse your statements like that because it erodes your self-confidence. You're giving other people reasons to question you. Why would you do that? I'm a real estate investor. I'm just getting started, but I'm really excited about it. I'm ready to learn. That's way better than I'm a newbie real estate investor. And that goes for anything. I'm a newbie in the gym. I'm a newbie, whatever. Are you in the gym? Then you're working out. You're an athlete. It's that basic. Just do it. But you've got to make that promise to yourself, and then you got to keep it. That's how you build confidence. Okay, number 3, body language. Your body language will impact the way you think about yourself. It will impact the way you project yourself to others, and it will absolutely impact your self-confidence. Research from Harvard, Amy Cuddy in 2012, found that adopting power postures for 2 minutes increases testosterone, decreases cortisol, and it improves your self-perceived confidence. So what are power postures? Well, first let's talk about what's not power postures. Slouching our shoulders, avoiding eye contact, speaking softly in a job interview. Bullshit. You don't want to be quiet as a church mouse. That's not the place to be. If you're trying to project confidence to the world, I'm not saying you got to be loud and obnoxious and boisterous, but you need to be emphatic. You need to be direct. You need to be able to command space. That means upright posture, shoulders back, direct eye contact, a firm handshake, a clear voice. Even if you're nervous, do the hard swallow and do it anyways. Your body language can impact the way you think about a situation, can impact the way you feel about a situation. Think about when you're getting all dolled up to go out on the town for the night. You feel good about yourself because you've put the time in to pick out a good outfit. You've gotten cleaned up. You've styled your hair the way that's important to you. You feel good. You've got confidence. That is from your body language. That is from how you present yourself to the world. And you can absolutely impact how you think by the way you physically carry yourself, okay? So, action step for this, before your next meeting or conversation, you're going to tell yourself, I'm going to stand tall, I'm going to keep my shoulders back, I'm going to take a deep breath, I'm going to speak clearly, slowly, and succinctly, and I'm going to own this space when I'm talking. Do it for 2 minutes. Practice it in the mirror. Talk to yourself in the mirror for 2 minutes. Think about how you would judge someone else the way you're acting in the mirror. And if you don't like it, change it. Upright, eye contact, firm handshake, direct speaking. Not that hard. You can do it. Okay, number 4, you have to learn to reframe what you consider failure simply as feedback or data. Carol Dweck, who we talk about on this channel all the time, wrote a fucking awesome book called Growth Mindset. And a growth mindset is someone who thinks, I can do better, I can learn, I can grow, I can become a better person. Someone with a fixed mindset says, I was born with a specific set of capabilities and I can never increase that. There's only so much pie to go around. Growth mindset says, let's make more pies, or let's make a bigger pie so that everybody can have a piece of it and I can have a bigger piece of a bigger pie. Like that's what growth mindset is. But her research in that book shows that people who view setbacks as learning experiences develop greater resilience and long-term confidence. So people ask me a lot, how have you risen to where you're at? And I tell them a lot. I've failed a lot of stuff. That's how I've risen, because I've learned from those mistakes. I've applied those learnings to future endeavors, and I've gotten better each time I've tried something. And that doesn't always go great. Like sometimes it sucks. Sometimes it's really shitty when things go wrong. Not going to lie to you. It's not a lot of fun when things go bad. But you have to learn to accept that and learn the lesson that you can extract from things that don't go your way. So a low confidence example would be someone who makes a sales pitch, gets told no, and then says, shit, I'm not cut out for this. I'm not a salesman. Well, clearly you're not, because if you can't hear the word no without pivoting or taking another approach with the same prospect, you're not a salesperson. You're a quitter. And that's not going to cut it in the world of sales. And we've talked about it on this channel a lot. We've done specific episodes that say if you want to be compensated at an outsized rate to your actual skills, get into sales. Because most people aren't willing to hear no and pick themselves up and pivot to the next person and say, maybe I'll go talk to them, right? So someone with a healthy confidence does what we just said. They review the pitch. What did I do wrong? How could I change this? How did I lose them? Why did they not want my product or service? They identify what went wrong, they adjust, and then they try again, and they're better prepared. They might have to do that a bunch of times before they figure out their cadence, before they figure out what works. And that's okay. What's not okay is getting told no once or twice and then giving up. Not going to cut it. So your action step here is to write down your last setback. What's the last time you went, shit, I was hoping for A, but I got B instead. Underneath it, you're going to list 3 lessons that you learned from that setback that you can apply the next time you try that or something similar to it. And by the way, failures in one part of life can teach you lessons for other parts of life. You heard me talk about it on this channel a lot, that I learned a ton from competing in athletics at a very high level. And those lessons that I learned about picking yourself up after failure, about learning from your mistakes, about having to regroup quickly and get back into the fight have served me well in life as a husband, as a father, as a business person, as a friend, as a mentor. Things don't always go the way you think they're going to go. Things don't always go the way you want them to go. But you're not going to get anywhere if you quit the first time it gets hard. Not acceptable. So write down your last setback. Underneath it, you're going to list 3 lessons that you learned from that and how you can apply those going forward. And then number 5, this one's super important too. You want to surround yourself with people who challenge and support you. Like people that really care about you will call you out on your bullshit. My family does it with me. I do it with my family. We hold each other accountable. Like it's not always confrontational and it's not always rainbows and unicorns. Sometimes the conversations suck. Sometimes they're funny. Sometimes we joke around about it. But nobody gets a free pass. We all hold each other accountable for the stuff we know is going to help that person become the person they want to be and live a happy, healthy, productive life that has some meaning to it. So, a 2014 Journal of Experimental Social Psychology study found that individuals who regularly interact with high-performing, supportive peers develop higher self-confidence through social modeling. They see positive behavior. They see people who are willing to take risks, learn from mistakes, go back and get in the fight even when things don't go their way, and they model that behavior themselves going forward. So, low confidence example here is spending time with negative people who complain all the time, critical people who reinforce self-doubt, sarcastic people who never see the positive in anything. And I'm not saying you got to hang around people who just see the world through rose-colored glasses and think everyone's going to hold hands and sing Kumbaya and skip down the primrose path to prosperity. Not what I'm saying at all. However, we all know the negative Nellies, right? There's a Saturday Night Live skit with Debbie Downer. We know those people. They're not good to hang around. I got nothing wrong. I got nothing against those people, but they're going to hold you down with that negative attitude. Period. End of story. Just like being around peers who inspire you, who encourage you, and who push you to level up. You're better than that. You can do more than you're doing. I have confidence that you can do that. I know you've never tried it, or I know you're new at it, but I know you're going to kill it. Those are the kind of people that you want. What are you sitting around for? Get after it. Those are the kind of people you want to surround yourself with. So your action step here is to identify one person who does that for you, who you admire, who you feel better when you're around. It's not hard to identify those people. When you spend time with people, they make you feel a certain way. The people that you want to spend time with are the ones that make you feel good and energized and ready to take on the world. Find that person, even if you're not close to them right now. Reach out to them and schedule a conversation, a coffee, a collaboration, anything. It's one of the things I love about doing this podcast. I've met so many interesting people, and it's already opened up outside of the podcast. I'm actually doing things with people outside of my podcast that I met through my podcast because we collaborated. We kind of see the world the same way, and we said, you know what? We should work together on something, and we found some stuff to work on together. So it's good stuff. You can do it too. I would also say find the people that make you feel bad, that drain your energy, that you're not excited to be around, and limit your time with them. I'm not saying cut them out of your life. Maybe you should cut them out of your life. I don't know. Maybe they serve no purpose. Maybe you just happen to have known them for 20 years, but they don't serve a purpose anymore. They've turned into a different person. Your relationship has changed. It's not wrong to reassess those things and do what's best for you and your family. So you want to limit your time with the people who suck the time and energy away from you, and spend your time with people who provide energy to you and help lift you up and support you. Okay? So those are our 5 tips. It ain't magic. It ain't rocket science. It's habit, right? You can build confidence simply through repetition by putting yourself in situations where you can prove to yourself over and over and over again, I can do this. I can handle that. I'm going to learn how that works. I can get better. I can get to where I want to be. You earn it by preparing. You earn it by practicing. You earn it by keeping your word to yourself. You earn it by owning your presence and the way you project yourself to the world. You earn it by learning from your mistakes and by choosing the circle of people you surround yourself with wisely and intelligently. That's it, guys. That's the podcast for today. Hey, if this resonated with you and you know someone else who can use it, send a link to them. This is pretty straightforward stuff, but it's stuff that's good for all of us to hear every once in a while to kind of remind us, hey, it's up to me. I got to get on this. I got to build confidence. I got to get after the stuff that's important to me. All right. James puts it up over here every day. Head over to our website, saltygingertalk.com. All the podcast episodes are available there. Links to all the social media accounts are available there. We publish a newsletter every weekday you can subscribe to there. Make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe to our podcast on whatever platform you consume it on. We give out tips like this a couple times a week. We also publish interviews with people who come on and have very candid and awesome conversations with us, talking about their life, what they've learned about what's gone well, what they've learned about what's gone really shitty, and awesome stuff in there to help you build the life that you're looking to build for yourself. You don't want to miss any of those episodes. These people are awesome. They bring awesome stuff, actionable items that you can incorporate into your daily life starting right now, and links to work with them. And if you want to work with them as coaches, as therapists, as mentors, read their books, take their courses, lots of good stuff out there. So make sure you check out our podcast episodes. You don't want to miss the next one. Make sure you subscribe. We will see you there.